Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 124G. I want to apologize because this video should have been dropped for Friday morning. I'm having a hard time because of my health getting things done, but I'm going to do it. I haven't forgotten the whole inventory system situation. There was a lot of things that I had to get done, and kind of did it. And I guess I'm going to show you right now your breakdown. This is you've got the client side, right? You got the PHP side. The client side is HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript, right? And of course for the database, the PHP stuff. So I know I created the tables before, like the core table, the core inventory table. Then I also created the what was the supporting tables, like the categories, suppliers, transactions, and the users, right? The users that we use when we go to log in. So I took the time to update the dashboard, which I'm going to show you in a second. This is your inventory file, right? Remember how we called the config.php? That's the database connection. Then we're using Bootstrap. That's kind of why this has a nice look. You can do this yourself doing CSS, but if Bootstrap is there, why not use that, right? Saves time. You got your body, of course, your login, your hidden token, the username and passwords right here. Then you got this one that this is the displays to be none. You don't see it anywhere, but it's behind. Of your honeypot value, just to make sure that that somebody did put in, what they call the pots, not the pots, the bots. They automatically stuck things into your form, and normally you do this, right, and leave it blank, because if the bot gets a hold of this, they'll put some information right in there, and this is where you're going to be checking later on. If there's something there, of course, spit it right back out. This is your index, right? This is your dashboard. The dashboard, of course, you start the configuration. You're checking for a user ID. This is for your search that you're going to use later. Remember the little what you would call it, little input box. And of course, this is the whole HTML stuff. Remember how I showed you that it's English language. You can see right here. And of course, anything that's in the header, that's you don't see it here. It's behind the scenes. Anyway, you got all these things: inventory. You add new items. Remember that one? I'm going to show you in a second. Of course, you got your input boxes, right? Then you got you're going to check for different things. For blocks, you're going to check for turn-ons. You're going to check for let's take some of the space out. It's kind of ridiculous that I have see. Look at this. Let's get some of this out. Okay. We'll save that. And then you have, I'm not going to put this in the same line right here, and then have this on top. I could have just did this, look, like this. Then have this, like that. And of course you got your tables and stuff like that. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to come here. What was the username and password? This is sitting on the ctw index.php. Right, what was it? It was called admin. Remember we put bad words and stuff like that. We got these messages. Remember that? But we're not going to do that right now. You've seen that already. This is the username, and this would be the, of course, password. You click on it. Oops. Didn't like it. It's the token. Fail. So let's go back. Let's go here. Let's grab this since I already added to my tables. Boom. Now remember how this looks. Remember, you got your inventory system, you got your logout, right? When you hit the logout, it takes you out. This is the little form for you to add. Right now we got just name, URL, the quantity. What else? Oh yeah, and the prices. There is other things too that we need to add to the. What was it? It was the unit price, which that's the cost of the business. Then you got your number of units currently on hand. That would be the quantity, which is that quantity right here. Look, which you can get to. Remember, you hit this, you get that max. And let's say you want to change this to a 5. You say okay, and look, it changed it to 35, right? Right. So then what I did was I said, well, I mean, it's good and all. And you can delete. Remember, we already saw that. And how about if I wanted to like change some few things? What happens if I made a mistake? Do I have to call the database guy and say, listen, we're gonna need to find this guy and change this SQU to any specific code? You change that, but instead of doing that, you can do it yourself. But you have to be see, when you go into the dashboards, because you're the manager and you got the rights to do these things. So what I did was I added a button. I called it multiple. See, right now when you do edit, it's only going to edit this guy. You know what I mean? That's it. Maybe I should put it right here. Maybe I'll do that. And that's it. But you need the rest, because remember, this is a inventory system. It really needs to do a lot, because you have that one. You got your supporting one, right? The supporting tables, which I mentioned, the category, suppliers, transaction. You need that, but you also need to talk back and forth. Because also, at one point, we're going to need to also communicate with the vendor through the email. It has to go automatically. I'll show you how that's done for it to be a complete inventory system. So I created a button, and I called it multiple. And what it does is it gives you whichever ones you're picking, right? It gives you the whole thing. Right now, let's see. You hit the multiple. It says, "Are you sure?" You can change this to something more like. Man, I'm sleepy. I'm sorry. Let me get a sip of this coffee for a second. You could kind of put a little summary, not a summary, but some few alerts, and then says, "Are you sure?" Because you got to be sure if you're going to change something, right? So let's say you're sure. You say, "Okay." Look what happens. Maybe I should push this up a little bit. How do I fix this to... Man, I gotta get a better computer so I can get to see what I need to see. Oh my god. Using these little small screens is not good. It's no good. It's very hard. A lot of my programming, I do it on the phone. So I use the, let's face it, right? All those cell phones, those are computers. It's just miniature. And when you're typing away, creating things and testing, it's very hard. I like doing it anyway because I can do it anywhere. I mean, out in the hospital because I visit the hospital a lot. I'm sitting there a lot of times waiting for my turn, Anyway, you created the seat, and what I did was I added this little piece right here. I added this whole thing. Matter of fact, let me see, from here all the way to here. You're gonna see two buttons that says refresh. That's okay. I did this because I wanted to show you something. Okay, so if I went to the dashboard, what I did was I added. Right, where is it? Oh, see, this is the actual form for this part right here. Remember that? We made it work. And we get the one. Right? So then, what I did was, during the time, see this executes, selects whatever it is that you want. Remember we talked about it. If you say that once you hit this, the search, looks for the block and it goes, so your ID, select everything from there, execute it, right? Execute this ID, fetch all of it. No, that's not part of it. Sorry, I take that back. This one is part of the search. I'm sorry. This is part of the search. It goes through that, right? Sends the block, tells you that this is a turn on. The reason why you do this is because when you go here to the index, is it? Did I erase my? No, this ain't it. I'm sorry. It's the wrong one. Oh, here it was. Dashboard. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Do that? Okay. Okay, right here, you know how you get all these things, you unclick and it goes into the JavaScript, it does these things for the updates and then jumps right back up. Well, what I did was I added, I need to be in the right place. Let me see, I'm here, okay, right here. So I want to get this, I selected all of them, I selected what I needed, right, because I'm looking for number 2, because it was number 2, right here, number 2. And I searched that, and then I ran it through, and then after I executed it, I fetched it all. Remember, it goes into an array, even if it's 1. But let's say for some reason, by mistake, there was 2, then you get 2 records. And hopefully that never happens because it's supposed to be, one at a time, right? Like in other words, if you're going to take sugar, and you have the skill, I don't know, I forgot what they call these things. That skill, it's a unit that they give, the numbers that they give you. I forgot what those things are called. Anyway, these little special numbers right here, codes for that. Anyway, what happens? You do the block, it goes and look, listen, I want to get this, right? I want to get it. Once you hit that, then he selects it, then you'll execute it right here. It fetches it because you already did the execution, and then I want to add it to this variable called $9 has to become an array. And of course, you want to close your connection. Then you're going to run through that whole thing, right? As T. Let me just give it a short name. So when you go $ST, you go with the name of the field, the serial, the quantity, the price, the unit price description, and it puts it all. Each one has its own variable, right, that you're assigning it to, and then that's it. The ID is turned on. That's okay. That's an ID. That's what turns it on, because the actual action turns this stuff for you. So then you come here, right, and then you got your form. Let's go this. Like that. Look, then it creates this form. See the turn on? It's invisible. And when you hit that button, turns it on, meaning that make it appear. That's what this form is. As you can see, update record, the name, the SKUs, the quantity from when I broke it down. Then I make it's all a table. I'm gonna have to make it more responsive, the table, and that's a kind of easy way of doing things. It's like taking this part of the table and doing it the way I used to do it in the old days, which is weird. Anyway, so you do this and you break it up with the ID. Then of course you got another, right, fields, and then you have another. This is the actual information going into the input box. Then you go, this is another field, and then you got information going into the input box. Then you got the submit button, and then I brought two, refresh. The reason why I do that is I wanted to show you the difference. One like this, if you sit on click history, go back, it's going to go right back to the actual. Let me see. Let me show you right now. Save this. Okay. Like this. I just gave it. You don't need to use only but one. Right? Let's say if you hit this one, I guess this one would be that one. Put you right back. See? Put you right back. Then if you hit this one again, opens it up, and guess what? Put you right back to. In this case, what happens is it goes to the actions. And the action sees fresh. So if you go to action, it sees fresh, and look, it puts you right back into the dashboard. This is just in case the JavaScript turned off. Normally people don't do that anymore because they don't know. They just leave it the way it is. And JavaScript for the most part is turned on. The moment you get into a browser, it's turned on. Only programmers and stuff like that do these kind of, now the form, of course, you go into this. It also does that. This, remember when you hit that button, multiply, it prepares the statement for you, it executes it, it gives it as a query string to dashboard, right? Look, and this is what, when you go, it reads itself, then it comes down this action, that's what gives you this. Reads itself, goes to blackout. That's what this. Who is it? I keep throwing myself away. This is to insert. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. It goes to the dashboard. I'm sorry. You go to the dashboard. This is where you got this. Turns it up. It goes, oh, look. Want you to search it. Put that information into the variable. And then pass it on here into the form. You see it? So, this one does that. Dashboard, turn on, block, and of course you're going to push in some kind of ID for that record that you're trying to fix. So it goes to the dashboard, goes like this, comes down, sees this one, it selects it, puts it in the query string, ready to go, and then it gives you the form, in which is what you saw. So if you hit multiple, all that was this, just to get that. What does it matter? Why is this so? Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit because I want to see this. Because we're only using 2 because you hit that 2 button, you're only gonna see 2. Right here. You're only gonna see 2. You don't worry about it because once you hit refresh, you get back to the normal. You can close this up and you get everything else. And as you can see, remember, look, whole grain sourdough bread, whatever number that is, you see here, 35 is the quantity, look, 35. Then you said it costs $6.50. The unit price is the price that it costs, like the store buys it for. This is what you're selling it for. And then this is the description. Now, you could have said, well, can you have a little bigger box? No. Because I don't want people to be adding you as a person. Just keep it simple. You know, right now, you're going to say, oh, it's a bread made from sourdough. You know, it's just a description. And that's it. And then once you hit enter database, let's say if you wanted to change this, which I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't work. You know why? Because it's selling it for $6.50, let's say $3.50, like that. And then you hit this, it'll go into the database and update your database and then give you the right correct unit. So, yes, right here you're not going to see it, but this is mostly the whole thing of the record. Maybe I should put a title up here saying details. Maybe I'll put here update records hyphen details. Yeah, because you're seeing everything. In this situation, you're only going to see just the one. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So again, I'm not doing anything with this right now because I haven't done the. This what is going to happen is when you go here, what's the form? See this? Action. It's going to go to enter find items, which I call, I don't know, maybe a better name. Enter the find item. Maybe we could just say update find item. Update find item. Maybe we could do that. Yeah. See, what happened was in the beginning we started to do just, let's just get out of this. Right? When you do find item, we were doing this before. Let's bring this down a little bit so you see it better. Okay. Before it was like this, and I figured, okay, this gonna be, we'll be able to watch, look at this in on the phone. So let's say if we go like this, let's do the responsive picture. It gives you the 3 buttons like that. See? Hopefully I can put a little space underneath it like this, so that way your fingers don't do anything by mistake. Especially delete. Maybe we'll put the delete at the bottom. So that way it makes sense, you know? Like put the delete there. Yeah, that's how I probably would do. Matter of fact, if I'm here right now, where is it? No, it's not here. Right here. Maybe we could take this, let's take this whole thing. Oh, by the way, I hurt my left hand. Can't pick anything up. It was an accident. Messed it up. Yeah, this is when I was in the hospital yesterday. Yeah. As my wife says, man, dude, you're falling apart. Okay. That's your delete. How about we just get rid of it? I think it makes sense to do that, right? because you got your regular, what is this, green, what is it, blue, then you got your multiple, make that a yellow, or is it, what the, I don't know, and this is red, so let's save it, and there's a, oh, what happened to my, there you go, see, edit, multiple, delete. What do you think? Better? We could say edit SQL. How about we do that? Put it right here. That will be more. I think this will be good. Let's see. Okay, let's save it. Hey. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Now it pushes it out too much. Really did not want to do that. I mean, in a regular situation like this, it's okay. Let me see. Yeah. And what do you think, guys? Give me something in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm just gonna say edit. Let me see. Yeah, it's more better, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to deal with that all on. Alright, it's kind of doing it. It's getting situated. I guess you're okay to do that. If you come here, I like to off. I just hit, oh man, I just hit my delete. Oh boy, why did I do that? And I read the thing and I hit it. I'm going multiple, are you sure? Man, that's okay, I'll bring it back in. On the next video, the one coming after this one, which is there right now, we'll have the database update SQL prepare statement for you. Alright, so let me see. I guess we'll get out of this. The computer's going nuts. I don't know. I have to get another one. Anyway, this is how it's done. I'm gonna have this whole thing in the, and once I completely completed, then I'll have a summary of a breakdown completed, and I'll go through the whole thing and bounce from one file to the other one so that we get it. Then I'll have it all of it at the same time in the description below. Because I try to keep it all one piece because I mean, you do have your action file. The action one is what gives you all this database stuff, right? All the action stuff. Like this, you got some few things, but the action. And then it redirects you to where you need to go. As you can see, you got multiple, there's this. And the reason why I'm doing this because I want to make it into an app. And, you know, like on the right now, once this is completely done, just like I did the list maker, which doesn't have updates, but you can use that first. You can use that first input box and just put a date on it. That's it. You can save it. That's it. And then the next, second one, the third one, you can just keep adding towards the list, and it stays in your phone for a long time. Because on your phone, you bring the browser, right? You bring them up, show you how that's done. How's that done? And then you call, not this, but you call the list maker, right, like this. Then it opens it up like a list maker. It will be on your phone, right? Because it also has media queries, meaning that it's responsive, so it'll look good on the phone. And then you know what you do? You go to the browser itself and say, hey, I want to put this, I want to save this on my computer, what is it called, the phone, the first, you want to save it on the window. And it'll turn it into a button. So whenever you need it, just hit that button and it'll open it up for you. But what I want to do with this stuff is, which is fine to do with the other, what I just mentioned, but what I want to do is turn it into an app. So I can put it into a store and buy it off of it. And I'm giving you this information. You know what I mean? So that way you can put your own. Because now we're going to have to get to the database. Anyway, we just reached the bottom. And until next time, good night. Please, one more thing, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Mention what you want to mention inside. As I do very much. And by the way, a friend of mine was talking to if I can kind of like talk more about article, what is that? Orientation. I'm like, what? Yeah, can you do it like, instead of having all these things and moving around this and that, but can you give it like a nice write up? I'm like, I guess I could. You know how long that takes to do. But I'll do that, and I'll have a video special for that, okay? Right now I just wanted to do this inventory system. Because after doing this, I'm going to do another one for a financial advisor. Financial advisor and life insurance person, agent. Also financial advisor. Masters, like that. And I created this whole thing for them, which gives information for people who wants to know more about the insurance world and the financial world. I'm gonna do that, so I hope you build that one too. Then I'll be doing my website, and I'm gonna be doing that one. So right now I have, let me see. Okay, so if I had, let me see, look up. Do you hear my computer? It's going crazy. So I don't know how to do this, but because I want to redo